All shipshape, Mr. Watson?
All ready, Mr. Bell.
Thank you. Thank you very much. No, Tom?
Yes, sir.
I should say something rather special. What if I can? Well, go to your post, my friend, and listen.
Yes.
Listen well.
Yes, sir.
Something important. And let us pray that come it may, that come it will for all that. That man to man the world o'er shall brothers be for all that. Well, Mr. Watson.
I heard your voice. I'm sure it was your voice. I couldn't make out the words. I couldn't just catch them.
Now, everyone may not know that this first telephone was scientifically correct in principle, and that the original instrument has worked many times since under more favorable conditions. Bell himself couldn't know this at the time. So months of tireless study and rebuilding, endless testing went by. Months went by and winter came before the telephone performed a characteristic service with its first intelligible sentence.
Watson.
Come here, I want you.
Say, Mr. Bell. Mr. Bell. Bell, I heard every word you said distinctly. You were perfectly clear. I recognized your voice. You said, Mr. Watson, come here. I want you.
Well, Mr. Watson, I did want you.
And that's how it happened. The telephone was a fact. But for all the acclaim of science, Bell still faced a skeptical business world that had to be shown the practical uses of the telephone. So he must perforce barnstorm with this great instrument of communication, hide his impatience, prove the obvious. He must have the good Watson serenade across the Hudson to the doubting Thomases of finance. From New Brunswick, New Jersey to New York, Watson serenaded the curious.
I am the invisible Tom Watson.
Everybody hears me. Nobody sees me.
Ahoy! Ahoy, Mr. Watson. Will you oblige us with a song?
All right.
Do not trust him, gentle lady, though his voice be low and sweet. Be not he'll before you, gently pleading at thy feet. No, the life is in its morning, clouds not this, thy happy lot.
gentlemen. I must confess I am a little weary of this circus sideshow phase of my work. A little impatient. I was in some haste to invent the telephone, for it has urgent work to do. Talks, sings, makes you laugh. Quite an entertainment, yes. But I want to see it buckle down and work. In my view of the future, the novelty will wear off. The instrument will be refined. It will grow light, convenient, and familiar to every hand. A common tool within the means of every factory, business, every home. And connected to a central switching office which can connect any two subscribers in a matter of seconds. And then I see its lines and poles marching thousands of miles, connecting the head office of every city in the land to the head office of every other city. And then I see, perhaps in the next century, the tiniest, farthest hamlet woven into the wire fabric. Doctors summoned. Disasters met and overcome.
So that was Bill in 1876.
When I was your age, starting in here at the laboratory, that's what impressed me most about Bill. Having done this great thing right at the start. I used to say that's the way I'll handle my career. However, now that the boy has grown older, you know, I get the same inspiration from the way he has carried on in all directions. The variety of the man's thinking. At 37, take a case. He developed with two associates the wax phonograph record. Financed it with an award from France for telephonic achievement. And all the earnings of the phonograph record patent went to founding the Association to Aid the Deaf. He initiated and extended the National Geographic Society's magazine. Reaches a lot of people now. And then the airplane. When Bell met Glenn Curtis and other aviation pioneers, it was much as your life was worth to back heavier than aircraft. But from that meeting of minds, the association then formed, came new ways of controlling flight. But he never forgot the deaf. He spent 6 years without compensation, taking a national census of the deaf. And it all ties together somehow. Widening horizons for the deaf, widening horizons of the mind, communications, transportation. Yes, you're lucky to be hearing him today. Lucky. He's 74 now.
Gentlemen, young gentlemen, it was suggested when I was invited here that I speak to you, the laboratory's newest, youngest engineers, about the telephone. But to tell you the truth, I am sure that in your technical training you have learned more about the telephone than I ever shall know. Thousands of patents and procedures and devices have been added since last I concerned myself with it. And I must confess that I haven't kept track. The telephone system today is a blend of thousands of minds and ideas. The first telephone also was a blend of many minds. No invention really can belong to one mind alone. Realize, gentlemen, there are no soloists, no prima donnas in science or engineering. One cannot learn enough alone. And I think it is this interdependence and the realization of it that tends to make science virtuous and not evil, harmonious and not discordant. Sometimes a junior scientist has fixed me with a jaundiced eye and charged, "Your generation has done it all. Everything is invented. Finish." To this I say it to you, as long as man suffers and wants and wonders, science's work is hardly begun. No doubt, some young scientist at this moment is dreaming a dream or writing an equation which, within your lifetime, will tap some source of universal power and dwarf all our engines and dynamos. What should you work upon in the laboratory of the shop? Well, my ideas are limited. Such as they are, I do not hoard them. I take the liberty of offering a few examples. Years ago, using a substance whose resistance changes according to the light that falls upon it, I managed to telephone for a short distance without wires along a beam of sunlight. Perhaps there is for you to find a way to make the light that passes through motion picture film reproduce the voice with clarity and range. Further, I suggest that disasters such as the Titanic encountered in the North Atlantic are unnecessary. There is a means, if you can but find it, of utilizing the echo principle, so that a ship's bridge may see or feel or hear an iceberg in time to change a ship's course. Now, I give you one of my failures to ponder. It has been very dear to me throughout my life. Before the telephone, I tried to build a device to record the human voice in visual and readable symbols. This, if you succeed, can have several practical applications. The immediate one will immeasurably benefit the deaf. You will understand why this means so much to me. By profession, by personal wish and instinct, I have always been a teacher of the deaf. This, then, is an assignment from me to you. A rather special thing in the greater picture of science. But, young gentlemen, I toss you that brand with this final word. Do not neglect those obscure corners where men work to discover the unknown, to prove the intangible. For here is dawn coming up. Here is tomorrow.
Many scientific minds working together in many places have since brought forth much that Bell's prophetic vision foresaw. The motion picture was given a voice. Radio and television were perfected. life-saving mechanisms of sonar and radar were designed. They have succeeded, too, as he hoped they would, in turning spoken words into visible symbols that deaf children can learn to read as the words are spoken. In the laboratories that now bear his name, Bell's scientific heirs have taken a leading part over the years in the research that made all these things possible. Yet these are but eddies in the main channel of telephone research, as step by step we move toward the realization of Bell's early dream, his dream of a day when anyone, anywhere, can talk clearly and at a moment's notice with anyone, anywhere else.
And let us pray that come it may, as come it will for all that man to man the world o'er shall brothers be for all that.